Hey, what's going on, TLC? It's your boy PT coming at you with another word of the week. We just had a great message this past Sunday on finding your rest in Jesus. And I wanted to kind of just share a little bit about what rest looks like. See, we live in such a busy world that rest is seen as a bad thing. Heck, even as a pastor, if I broke any of the 10 commandments, I'd probably be fired and stripped of my position. But if I broke the commandment on honoring the Sabbath, they'll probably give me a raise, right? So we need to learn how to rest. And I wanted to share with you guys some practical ways where you can have a Sabbath, a day of rest for yourself. And for all you workaholics out there, Sabbath is a commandment, not an option. So watch this carefully, take notes and make it happen. For all you moms and dads out there, make sure you check out point number 4, because it's such an important part of understanding what rest looks like, okay? So I'm going to share with you the principle of Sabbath and then 5 practical ways to carry it out. The principle of Sabbath and 5 practical ways to carry it out. Now, principle of Sabbath is like this. The point of Sabbath is not just to take a vacation and cease from working. See, God, after creating the world, God looked around and he saw it was very good. So what did he do? He didn't just stop working. He actually stopped and enjoyed what he had made. He enjoyed the labor. The point of Sabbath is this: to have joy in what God has done, right? To be able to sit back and to look and to rest and to see and enjoy what God has done. But it's not just external rest for the body, but it's also an inner rest for the soul, okay? We overwork because we think that we can be justified of who we are based on our work, on our career and our reputation, and the money that we make, okay? But a Sabbath is you saying, I'm already justified by Jesus Christ and his work, not by my money, career, and reputation. That's why I'm able to take the Sabbath, okay? So the principle of Sabbath is very simple: joy in what God has done and inner rest for the soul, okay? All right, 5 practical ways of honoring the Sabbath, 5 things that you can do to honor the Sabbath. Now, Sabbath is a 24-hour period. Back in the days of the Israelites, they would have a Sabbath from sundown on Friday to sundown on Saturday, 24-hour period specifically for this activity of rest, okay? So whatever you do, plan 24 hours of that, sundown to sundown. That's pretty easy, right? What do we do during this time? 5 things. First, during this rest period, take some time for sheer inactivity. Just don't do anything. Just sit and don't busy yourself, just be inactive and just let whatever comes, but just sit back, relax a little bit, okay? Number 2, take some time for avocational activities. So avocational activities are things that you find that refreshes you, okay? And usually it comes in 3 areas. 1, an avocational activity would be contemplative activity, meaning that you're spending time to pray and worship, a devotion time, a time where you're connecting to God, speaking, listening to him. But another avocation activity is a recreational time. It's something that's fun, that refreshes you, not exhausts you further. That's very important, okay? It has to refresh you, not exhaust you further. For example, playing a video game, eating out at a nice place, watching a good movie, going to a party. But if at any time at the end of these activities you feel exhausted because you binged down on it or you just did way too much, then you didn't do the recreational part very well, okay? So a third thing for avocation activity would be like an aesthetic rest. Aesthetic rest is exposing yourself to the work of God's creation that refreshes you and energizes you. Like, for example, music, drama, art, being outdoors, right? Those are aesthetic things that you can do, okay? All right, so the third practical way in which you can do the Sabbath for yourself is consider whether you are an introvert or an extrovert. So when planning your Sabbath rest, ask yourself, what really recharges you? This assessment can help you determine how relational your Sabbath time should be. For example, introverts tend to spend their energy when out with people and recharge their batteries by being alone, right? Extroverts tend to spend energy in personal work and recharge their batteries by getting out with people. So you have to figure out whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. So if you're an introvert, going to a party to find rest is not the way to go. If you're an extrovert, staying at home and being by yourself is not the way to go. All right. So you consider that while you're planning your Sabbath. Now, the fourth thing you got to think about when you plan your Sabbath is don't necessarily count family time as Sabbath time. Okay. Family time is important. It is. But parents need to be very careful that they don't let all their regular Sabbath time be taken up with parental responsibilities. See, if you're a parent and you're an introvert, you especially will need time away from the kids. I know, right? And keeping up all of these things in good balance may be virtually impossible when your children are very young, but this too will pass, and we'll deal with that, okay? But the fifth and last thing of how to practically do the Sabbath is honor the micro and the macro rhythms in your season. Sometimes we enter a season in our lives where we have to work long hours with high energy and insufficient weekly Sabbath time, right? For example, if you're a new physician in your residency program, you're not going to be sleeping much. Or if you're starting a new business, you're not going to be sleeping or resting or doing this, or you'll be working a lot of hours. Or if you're pursuing any major project where it requires a period of heavy, intense work, there are seasons like that. If you must enter a season like this, it should not last longer than 2 or 3 years at most. And you have to be careful because some people, they enter the season and it never ends, okay? So when you enter a season like this, be accountable to someone for this or you'll get locked into this never-ending season. Make sure you talk to somebody. Hey, I'm gonna begin this season. Make sure you help keep me accountable, help remind me to rest, right? But also, if you must enter a season like this, even in this season, do not let the rhythms of prayer, Bible study, and worship die. Be creative in how you have it, but get it in no matter what. All right. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. 5 practical Sabbath. Take some time for sharing activity. Take some time for avocational activities. Consider whether you're an introvert or extrovert while planning these things. Don't necessarily count family time as a Sabbath time, and honor the micro and the macro rhythms in your seasons of life. All right. You guys, I hope that you find a great rest and do well for your life. I'll check you guys later.
Like what you see? Come check us out on our YouTube channel. We're called to love God, love people, and serve the world. We post regularly every week, Wednesdays and Sundays, 12:30 p.m. for English ministry. Check out our website at www.wearetruelove.com. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button